great answer on that right now. No telling where tires were at or what package may have been going on or potential rules change, whatever it may have been. But North Wilkesboro, for one, is a very racy track, right? We have moved around from the start of the day where we had 2 lanes in 1.5 lanes and 1 and 2, and just buried on the bottom of 3 and 4 right at the lunch break. As soon as y'all rolled in, that opened up, and we've got 2 lanes down 3 and 4, and we're right near the fence down here in 1 and 2. So the track itself does lead itself to better racing, but also you probably don't notice the power from the get-go, but the tail end of the runs and some of the fall off and some of the struggles that we're fighting in the car, I think that's where you realize, okay, I had more underneath us to get into this run, and now I'm maybe paying a price at this point. So yeah, I certainly think there's no downside to it for sure, and I think that this is a track that you probably, even though it is fresh asphalt, I think this is a track where you will see a little bit more change from it versus a place like a Bristol that's just got so much banking to hold the tire throughout the run. It's probably not as big a change there, but yeah, I think it's definitely on the right track as well. But again, we just have a lot going on through the garage on other stuff to know exactly where it was at. But yeah, this track's been a lot of fun. Excited to get a big post race in here.
I mean, it's always hard at these tests, right? Because this is like best case scenario. I mean, it's cold. I mean, it's warming up now, so maybe we'll get a better idea of it in the afternoon. Obviously, it was really cold this morning, so I would say at 10 o'clock this morning, if you would have told me there was a motor change, that's the only way I would have known, because you just can't. I mean, it's just a lot of grip and it's hard to tell. But as the track rubbers up and it gets hotter, those things are gonna expose themselves more, and I think it'll be a little bit of a change, but I'm not sure it's gonna be a huge one. Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's a great facility. We've seen really good turnouts from the fans each time we've raced here, and I think some solid races. And yeah, I think we're excited to see it. Have a full length race, 400 laps here in the summer. I think we should put on a great show, and hopefully we have a great turnout and a great race.
Playing out.
I mean, I hope it's for the better. I don't see the power hurting the entertainment factor of the race, and hopefully it allows us to have to pedal the cars at some point throughout a run. There's a lot of grip out there today, I feel like, but even by the end of 40 laps, there's a good bit of fall off even for the temperatures that we have today. So I would have to imagine you come back here in the summer months. I'm not sure when the race is, but certainly be warmer than it is today, and kind of combine that with more cars being on the track. I do think there'll be some wear. So and then obviously the power will impact that another step as well. So I feel like the tire changes that Goodyear made last year were some really good steps in the right direction, and hopefully we just kind of keep inching up on making these long runs more of a challenge.
What was the fall off time wise? Do you know how many tenths, seconds, whatever it was?
Start off in the low 18s and end in the mid to high 18s.
Yeah, this is big. Connor and Randall did the December test here, and then we got the nod to do this one. So this is, just invaluable. Justin Marks and Trackhouse spend a lot of money, and I think they'd spend a lot more if we could have more days like this. Selfishly, we're competitors, and we just want to do good. And the best way to get better at racing is to go drive the car. The best way to get better at running is to run. The best way to get better at typing is to type. I think that just repeating something as human beings, if we just keep doing it and holding it with intention, not just out cruising around in the wrong gear. I think that if you're intentional about it, it's super valuable. So Justin was here this morning, and just wanted to, first real test of the year, and wanted to be here, smell it, hear it, see it, hear it, all this stuff. So yeah, really can't put a dollar amount on it. I don't pay the bills, but I don't think Justin could either.
Yeah, I think for us, short tracks were somewhere we needed to get better at, no matter what the package was. So throwing a new horsepower and different package in, I feel like may help us kind of figure it out, or at least get somewhat closer to everybody else. But where I've been the last couple of years, it's been a 36 race points race schedule for us. Not making the playoffs. Every race is important. So, if you don't make the playoffs for where we were the last couple of years, every race matters to move yourself up in points, and pay comes along with that for a small team like us. So it'll be important to be super consistent. Kind of no matter where you're at in the playoffs or Chase or whatever.
I've been there before, though.
The more horsepower, the better. Yes. And I think if we can continue that direction, listening to Chase when he was in here, I do think Goodyear's continuing to do a good job of bringing us tires that wear out, and they're continuing to evolve that. I think all of us drivers and teams are on board with that. So you pair that with NASCAR, adding horsepower. I think everybody in the garage would raise their hand for even more. But I think everything's going the right direction to get us, even better racing.
Are there any other questions for Erik? If not, we'll let him go. Take one more for Erik.
If you want to respond to what I asked Chase as far as how this felt and fall off and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the power goes, again, I hope it makes it better. Honestly, I have no idea. Hopefully it just gives some more fall off and gives us some opportunities to save tire. We went to the soft tire at different places, but I don't feel like it's quite had the fall off that we've needed to really race until super late in the run, and then guys are already kind of hitting and putting tires on. So I hope that's better. Chase said we saw some fall off already today, and it's going to be definitely 40 degrees hotter probably when we come back here, so it's going to hopefully make it even better.